Hey everybody, Ryan here. It's January 1st of 2011, and instead of doing a standard commentary to begin the new year off, I thought I'd do a video on the top 10 games I'm most excited for in 2011. This is going to be part 1 of 2, since I'm going to be saying quite a lot about each of these games, and kind of giving reasons why I've chosen them in the specific spot. Now, some of these games don't have release dates, but instead just scheduled for a 2011 release. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll start off with number 1, which might come as a surprise to put this game number 1 on my list over the other great games coming out in 2011. But I am actually most excited for Ninja Gaiden 3, or Ninja Gaiden 3. Depends how the way you say it. I say Ninja Gaiden 3. But anyway, Ninja Gaiden 3 is my number 1 spot, the most anticipated game of 2011. And it's pretty much because I loved the first Ninja Gaiden so much on the original Xbox for a very long time. I liked how it looked, I liked how fast and smooth the combat was, the difficulty, all these things just clustered into a great game. And then the sequel came out, and whilst a lot of people said the sequel just wasn't as good and kind of a bit crap, I felt it was better, to be honest. I mean, the camera was a bit dodgy, but that was always like that in all the other games. I just loved how stupid the amount of blood was. It was just everywhere. Every time you slice someone's arm off, all the gore, it was just ridiculous. And judging from the only piece of concept art for Ninja Gaiden 3, which you can see on the screen right now, it seems this game will be as bloody, or even more bloody, which is, to say the least, awesome. So I'm really looking forward to it. I love hack and slash games. They are one of my favourite genres, and I really feel they don't get that much attention these days. So I'm really excited for Ninja Gaiden 3. I just hope there's a trailer out soon and we get to see the gameplay or something like that. And hopefully it maintains the awesome action that made me enjoy the series in the first place. They had a new director, actually quite a while ago, about 2 years ago. And he first made Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2 on the PS3, and that was praised highly for all the improvements on Ninja Gaiden 2, and if all those improvements carry on to Ninja Gaiden 3, that's going to be awesome. But I'll be a bit pissed off if I find out that Ninja Gaiden 3 is exclusive to PS3 and that series is going to move to PS3 only. That would be bloody annoying. I might even have to buy a PS3 just to play Ninja Gaiden, because I really enjoyed the series. So I'm really excited for Ninja Gaiden 3. If it still has the fast and smooth combat and the difficulty and all those things, I can't wait for it. Now, number 2 on my list is another hack and slash game, which is the new Devil May Cry game that is being developed by the guys who made Enslaved and Heavenly Sword, called Ninja Fury. I think it's Ninja Fury anyway. So a lot of people are bashing this game simply because of how the new Dante looks, but I honestly think that the new DMC game is in safe hands. I mean, Ninja Fury has been known for producing games with good stories, so I feel DMC will have a compelling story and a more interesting one than all the previous games in this series, which is a plus. But the combat is what probably is worrying me the most. It seems to be on track. I mean, if you can do all the stuff in the trailer, and I do hate it when they show trailers of games and you can't do half that stuff in the game, but it seems like you can, and lifting up cars with the sword or whatever and pounding people with a ground pound or something, that looks pretty awesome, and I reckon the gameplay will be pretty good. I just hope it isn't slowed down a bit and still maintains that fast action that DMC is known for. I played Enslaved recently and Heavenly Sword ages ago when the PS3 first came out, like a demo of it, and the combat was a bit slow. So I just hope it's fast, because that's what drew me into Devil May Cry, was that crazy fast action and all those ridiculous moves. And as for Dante himself, I don't really mind how he looks. I have a feeling that Dante won't look like this for the entire game. He looks a lot younger, and there's rumours going on that as you progress through the game, that little silver patch on top of his head will form all over his hair, and that he'll become fully demon and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm really excited for Devil May Cry. I'm not sure if it's the right direction or needed a reboot necessarily, but all I can say is that I can't wait for it, and if Ninja Fury can maintain that DMC gameplay whilst adding a more compelling story, I'm all for it. So the new Devil May Cry is number 2 on my list. Number 3 isn't really a surprise. Number 3 goes to Gears of War 3. I love Gears of War 1. I spent endless hours on Gears of War 1. It's multiplayer and literally having a blast. And when the news came out that Gears of War 2 was coming out, everybody's going crazy. But after about a month of playing it, it just wasn't the same, and it didn't feel like Gears anymore. And it ultimately just wasn't as fun. And the campaign for Gears of War 2 was a step up, and probably one of the better or even best campaigns for a third-person shooter. But the campaign and the new Horde mode wasn't what drew me into Gears and kept me playing. It was that multiplayer. And I just hope they don't screw up this time. Because I remember when Gears of War 2 first came out, and it was really hard to find matches. It took ages, and the ranking system was bollocks, and the ranking system now is kind of bollocks as well. It goes on for way too long, and I really enjoy Gears, especially the first one. And I had a lot of laughs and fun on it. And I just hope that Epic Games deliver on their promises, because it seems like they're showing signs of listening to the community. They're having a beta, which you can do when you pre-order Bulletstorm. You can get access to the beta, which I'll probably do videos of, because I'm a pretty big Gears of War fan. And they're doing dedicated servers and other stuff, and I'm really excited for Gears of War 3. And Beast Mode looks like a lot of fun too, but it's that multiplayer, and if that multiplayer is any ounce as fun as Gears of War 1, I'll be hooked, and I'll be playing this for a very long time. So fingers crossed that Gears of War 3 doesn't end up a disaster like Gears of War 2 did at the start. I know Epic Games were quite sorry and upset about what happened to Gears of War 2 at launch, but I have hope that Gears of War 3 will be just as good as Gears of War 1. So I'm looking forward to it, and trying out that new double barrel shotgun, because that looks insane. So yeah, Gears of War 3 is number 3 on my list. Alright, so number 4 on my list is another bit of a surprise, which is the new Tomb Raider reboot game. When I first saw the cover of the new Tomb Raider game on the Game Informer magazine and the website, I was a bit shocked. I mean, Lara looked younger and grittier, and apparently she's like 21 now, and that's kind of how I wanted Lara to become at some point. It seemed like the guys making this new Tomb Raider game have kind of answered me. The game looks really good, and I think if they can nail the gameplay right and the story, this Tomb Raider game might be able to climb up to the top and rival with Uncharted. Now, I know Uncharted 3 was not released, Uncharted 2 was, but Uncharted 3 was announced recently, and that does look really good. It looks amazing. But I have a feeling this Tomb Raider game might be able to get up there. And the game finally has blood, which is a small thing, but it added to realism. And this game is no longer a teen rating, it's a 15 or an 18 or something like that, so it's a mature game. And it's just exactly that. It's a more mature Tomb Raider game, and I've been wanting that for ages. And from the sounds of it, this game's going to be a lot harder than the previous titles in the series, which I rejoice, really, because I kind of found all the other games a bit too easy and a bit dull. So I'm really excited for this game, and I've heard good impressions of it. For my number 5 spot, which is the last spot of this part, I'm going to put Batman Arkham City. Batman Arkham Asylum was a great game. It looked great, it played great, and ultimately it had an interesting story, which was a lot of fun. And kind of like Lara, it was more of a mature game. A more mature, gritty Batman, which is what I really wanted from a game studio, and it finally arrived. Now, I'm not sure how they will top Arkham Asylum. The only thing I can really think of is to add more replay value or modes. With Arkham Asylum, you had your story, your collectibles, and the challenge rooms, which were a bit of a bitch, and added a bit more replay value. But after renting the game for 2 weeks, I was done, and I was kind of hoping more. I was hoping it'd be a little bit longer. But it was the first title, so I guess I can't really complain. And it is a good Batman game, which we haven't seen for years. So, if Arkham City has a compelling story, with fun level design and good combat like its predecessor, and a little bit more replay value, I'm not sure what they can really do. I'm not expecting like online multiplayer with Batman versus the Joker or something ridiculous like that, and it turns into a fighting game. But I'll be really pleased if they add something extra to it, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to Batman's new adventure. So that was part 1 of my top 2011 games I'm most excited for. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you look forward to part 2. I'll try and get that uploaded tomorrow. There'll be a link in the description down below for part 2, and an annotation as well. So yeah, I hope you look forward to that video, and have a good day.